Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sabrina Dami with your 13 Now update on this Monday afternoon, November 27th. And we start with some breaking news. Another tragic day on busy Central Avenue. A man riding a bike was hit and killed this morning. Again, it happened on Central Avenue in Colonie, right near Elmwood Street, near the Evergreen Cemetery. My colleague Kumi Tucker was at the scene. She says police tell her the bicyclist was a 62-year-old man. He was wearing reflective clothing, biking in the right direction of the road when he was hit, but police say he did not have a helmet on. A pickup truck hit him. The driver of that truck is cooperating. We also have some breaking new details just coming in concerning a situation at Shenendehowa High School this morning. The Saratoga County Sheriff's Office says a 15-year-old student brought a BB gun to the high school East building. That teenager is facing a charge of criminal possession of a weapon, a misdemeanor charge of that. The school says another student learned that this fellow student had that BB gun and told an administrator about it. The school was put into what's called a hold in place. While police investigated, no one was hurt in all of this. First on 13 now, a man accused in the murder of the death of a woman from Ballston Spa is planning to plead guilty to a lesser charge tomorrow. You may recall this case. The defendant is Vasu Laroya. He was charged with murder in May of 2022 in the death of Katrin Katie Fisher. Police say Laroya was drunk and speeding when he crashed his Tesla into Fisher's car on the Northway Colony in May of last year. My colleague Mark Mulholland has learned Laroya will plead guilty tomorrow to aggravated vehicular homicide. That charge carries a maximum sentence of 8 1/3 to 25 years. Laroya is from New Jersey and has 2 DWI convictions in that state. His trial in this case was scheduled to begin next week. Let's turn to the weather right now. Bring in Chief Meteorologist Paul Cayano. Paul, we had some interesting weather in some spots this morning. We had some delays. I woke up to some wet snow where I live up in Saratoga County. Still kind of gray and just wet out there right now.
Yeah, we had a little bit of sun come through, especially in the valley, Sabrina. But that system that came by last night, and if you were up late enough, you saw some pretty heavy rain last night. System out by the Great Lakes, transitioned some energy to the coast, and that brought some heavier rain through. And then, of course, with this being, the onset of a late fall, early winter, some places were cold enough to see snow. So your place, more up into Warren County, I have some snow numbers here before this all kind of wound down, before the sun came up this morning, but not before some places. Check this out. Picked up between 3 and 5 inches of snow, even 7 at Indian Lake Wells, 6 inches. So we're talking Adirondacks here, Landgrove 5, Warrensburg. That's in Warren County, 3.5, and Lake Pleasant, 3 inches of snow. Some minor amounts in other locations, but we also had some reports of a few hundred folks without power in Warren County because of the heavy, wet nature of the snow. And you mentioned the overall cloudiness out there, and that's holding here out in Amsterdam at only 39 degrees, a chilly northeast breeze at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, driving that wind chill down. It's just that time of year now. We have a few more sunny breaks in the valleys, but look at these spotty rain and snow showers out in the Mohawk Valley and southern Adirondacks down the I-88 corridor. They're heading in our direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if, as we get into drive time late this afternoon, some of us saw some rain showers in the valleys and some snow showers across the higher terrain. Notice temperatures well above freezing across a good chunk of the metro area. But you get into some of these surrounding communities, Tannersville and Roxbury, Cobleskill, certainly up in the Adirondacks at Paseco, closer to freezing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some wet snowflakes. This really isn't going to amount to much, but that westerly wind off of the Great Lakes is going to drive the lake effect machine. And our first bona fide lake effect snow event of the year is coming in tonight and tomorrow, primarily in the snow belt. You know the areas out in the Tug Hill Plateau, up north of Utica, maybe some light snow drifting into the Mohawk Valley and southern Adirondacks around the Great Sacandaga Lake tonight and tomorrow. But a blustery, chilly period ahead as we get into the middle of the week. Notice temperatures dropping back through the 40s and into the 30s tonight. Generally dry in the greater capital district, but look at these snow bands setting up to the north and west. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of of the Adirondacks, especially out toward the Tug Hill Plateau, just north of Utica, picked up 6, 12, maybe even 18 inches of snow between now and the end of the day tomorrow. So good for the snowmobilers getting a little bit of a base. 45 today, partly sunny and breezy. We're watching that lake effect develop late today and tonight as the wind picks up, driving the temperature down. 7-day planner will show more chilly air Tuesday and Wednesday before we bounce back into the 40s on Thursday. Next system looks like rain for us by, let's say, Friday afternoon. It looks dry in the morning, but that'll be gone for the weekend, and temperatures in the lower 40s and some sunshine for both Saturday and Sunday, Sabrina. So we're really starting to settle in now to more of a winter-like pattern, even though we may not get snow every time. That cold rain last night, it was pouring in like 38 degrees at my house. So, we're right on the edge sometimes of seeing some pretty messy weather.
Yeah, that cold rain sometimes is worse. Let's just have snow if it's going to be like that, right?
I will agree with you there.
Hey, Paul, I wanted to show you something and ask you if you would ever do this. Take a look at this real quick.
Usually,
smile, guys! Smile, guys!
That's great video. Yeah, if you're asking me if I'd be in the video of the people behind you,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it's not because I'm afraid of the cold. It's I'm afraid of scaring people away. I wouldn't want people to ruin their holiday weekend with me doing that.
Come on, though. So that was from the Troy Turkey Trot,
right.
Thanksgiving morning. Of course, it was an amazing turnout. They had like 6,500 runners in total with the 10K and the 5K, but I ran the 5K. The 10K is a little too much, especially on a holiday for me. And I saw that group and I had to just get a quick video of them because it wasn't terribly cold. As you know, it's been very cold for that event in the past. And that was actually, I think a lot of runners would say for November, that was perfect running weather.
Yeah, nice. Especially when you get a little bit of a sweat going and you start running a bit, you welcome the cold air. Not a reason to take your shirt off, but no, it is the holiday.
Yeah, and wear a Christmas box present, I guess. But all right, Paulie, thank you. We'll see you live at 4.
All right, see you later.
We'll show you that video one more time, just so you can see it again.
Smile, guys!
Smile, guys! They are good sports. Of course, that wasn't the only turkey trot in our area. Saratoga has a turkey trot as well. And here is some video from our esteemed colleague, Mark Mulholland. He was there for that turkey trot, and he found out that the organizers of that event celebrated their biggest turkey trot in 6 years. More than 3,600 people participated in the annual Christopher Daly Turkey Trot, and Mark and Maria Daly, who started that foundation in memory of their son, say this year was the biggest turnout since 2017. The 5K run walk started near City Hall and made its way up Broadway. And there's Mark. Look at him. Happy as can be. So Mark is going to share more from that turkey trot coming up live at 4 as we kick things off a new week here after the holidays. We'll shake off that holiday, sluggishness and keep things going. We'll see you on air starting live at 4. I'm Sabrina Dami. See you then.